Good morning, Twin Flame, Twin Soul, Soulmates, Fated Connections. This is Brainy Twin Gemini for your video December 12th, 2019. I wasn't actually going to do a video today, but I don't know, like, I've had this intense energy, and like, it is absolutely bizarre and it is crazy. And my guides were saying, no, you have to do this today. Like, my heart is racing. I don't know if it's because of a couple of things, it being December 12th, 12/12. We had a full moon last night at 12:12 a.m. here in Canada, North America. And also, it's in Gemini, which I am a Gemini. And I just feel like this rush. I cannot explain it. I take on energy, and this energy is absolutely insane and it's crazy. And so I just feel like I have to do this reading for you today. It's actually a reading because I channel everything in my journal, and I'm essentially channeling energy. But this energy is absolutely freaking crazy today. Like, my heart has been racing for like a good 40 minutes today, and I don't know why. And there's been a lot of things that have happened over the last 24 hours. So I just feel like today, I have to do this reading for all of you, just to get this energy out. And yeah, so as many of you know, I channel everything in my journal in the morning. I get signs and syncs every single day, and I believe these signs and syncs are messages that I need to deliver to you. And as I said, like, there has been this rush of energy, something I've never experienced in my entire life. And I feel like I'm taking the energy of thousands on right now. And it's truly amazing, but it's also perplexing at the same time. And I feel like it has something to do with this full moon energy. When we get the full moon, a lot of things happen to us. We have like disruptions in our sleep patterns. It's just, the energy is just crazy. And I feel in the last 24 hours there's been a lot of, like, some anger, some frustration, and just some negative energy in general. And I think a lot of this negative energy isn't coming from within yourself. I think it's coming from other influences within your circle. And I believe you may be taking on that negative energy. And sometimes what happens is, when you take on negative energy, it's like a virus. It's very difficult to get rid of. So what I always say is, trust, just be careful on who you trust with your journey. But sometimes people come into our universe, into our being, with that negative energy, and it's really tough to push it away. The one thing I would say is, just love unconditionally and forgive unconditionally, and try and push that negative energy away. But I feel like all sorts of energy. I feel the negative energy, but I also feel this profound love today. It's absolutely amazing. And I'm going to go over the signs and syncs in a minute. But I just want to thank all of you so much for your love, your likes, your subs, the sense of community on my channel. It really does warm my heart. And I love the way you support each other and love each other on my channel. It really does mean the world to me. And I love you all so much. And I wish nothing but blessings for you on your journey. And I pray for you each night, for you to get through this journey. So I'm going to go over the signs and syncs. Believe it or not, I did see 12:12 yesterday, 3:33, 7:17, 4:44, and I saw 5:55 a number of times. There was a crow out in my tree yesterday, and I've gone over the meaning of crows before, but it was like delivering a message. And the message is basically that communication is coming. That crow came, it's a sign of communication. The communication is coming. For many of you, sorry, tongue-tied there. For many of you, it has already happened. For many of you, it is going to happen. It is December the 12th. Fall is not over until December 21st here. And if you're on the other side of the world, it's spring for you. One song that I do want to bring to your attention that I heard this morning when I was channeling, was a song by Simple Man, Shine Down. Shine Down. The song is Simple Man. And another one is Beastie Boys, Intergalactic. The only reason I say that one is because they reference another dimension. in that particular song. If you read the lyrics, and then if you read the lyrics of Simple Man, exactly, many of these divine masculines are simple men. So yeah, so when we're on this journey, sometimes we enter a different dimension. That's as it relates to the Beastie Boys, the fifth dimension, the dimension of telepathic communication. So those are my signs and my syncs. And then I write everything down in here in terms of the energy. And as I said, the energy has been absolutely crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy energy. And so I already went over the anger and the frustration. I believe in the last 24 to 48 hours, there's been a lot of anger and frustration. I believe that energy is being mirrored back and forth between the divine feminine and the divine masculine energy. And yeah, there's just a sense of this frustration. What I will say about the full moon energy is what you know it's a completion of a cycle. So maybe there's that frustration because of the completion of karmic cycles and karmic partners, and all of this is coming to completion. So there's some anger and there's some frustration that resides around that. And usually during a full moon, emotions become heightened, and the full moon symbolizes the DF and the sacred DM energies coming together to restore harmony between emotional and physical reality. So it could be that masculine and feminine energy coming together, and just that restoring that harmony. And many many things have been going on in the last 24 hours, and I think it's affecting myself personally because I'm a Gemini, and I'm a guide on this journey, and for some reason I just feel I'm taking on the energy of thousands of people today. And one of the things I want to go over is, like, with the anger and frustration, there has been some anxiety. That anxiety is still there, and I believe that anxiety is there because the divine masculine has made a decision in their mind that they want to move forward, and there's anxiety with them moving forward. This particular journey, the DMs have fear, and fear and anxiety kind of go hand in hand. So they have some anxiety about moving forward, but it's natural to feel that way because the anxiety stems from the hurt that they caused the divine feminine, which they never meant to do. I say this frequently, and I feel like the message needs to be delivered again today. These divine masculines never meant to hurt their divine feminines. When they ran from this journey, it was strictly for two things: out of protection for the divine feminine and to heal themselves. When we come in, we trigger those wounds and we have to heal. That's the whole purpose of the journey, is to heal our inner child, know the value of our self-worth, have self-love and unconditional love. There's been a lot of doubt and confusion. And again, I think this is primarily the full moon energy. There's doubt, there's confusion. This is not an easy journey by any stretch of the means. And as I always say, it's a roller coaster ride. One day you're up, one day you're down. And I think confusion and doubt is absolutely part of the journey. And I think the confusion is part of the ego dying because you don't know what's going on. And you're constantly challenging this connection. You're challenging it, whether it's real, whether the telepathic communication is real. You sometimes feel that you may be going crazy. All of this is part of the journey, and I think that, like, is a test of our ego and a test of our will. But this is, as I always say, trust your intuition, trust your inner guide. 1212 is a significant sign that you have to trust your intuition and trust your inner guide. There's also some things about 1212. Life is about to change after a period of stagnation, and good changes are coming. You're on the right track. Keep a positive state of being, manifesting dreams by the power of thought. Abilities, and like the attributes or abilities: attraction, balance, duality, honesty, positivity, progress, relationships, transformation. And what I channeled in my journal this morning is there is a transformation coming. There's two things happening here. both of you have transformed into the better, higher sense of yourself, and you have a greater sense of consciousness, and you have unconditional love and unconditional forgiveness. Absolutely amazing. I love it so much. You have transformed. You have transformed from a caterpillar and metamorphosized into a butterfly. You are the greatest sense of yourself. And that's what this journey is absolutely about. And I'm so proud of the divine masculine and the divine feminine, because many of you are doing the work. And the whole purpose of this journey is to get to that higher sense of yourself, and you're doing it, and it's phenomenal. And I'm so proud of both energies, just extremely proud. Let me go through some other things. So I went through the confusion. The ego, again, the ego is dying. It's undergoing an ego death. I feel that for both sides, understanding what an ego death is letting go of the fear, letting go of the anxiety, letting go of the confusion, the doubt. So many things go with our ego. Our ego always wants to fight. That's just part of our ego in the 3D world. And another thing that I channeled this morning is that both the divine and the masculine and the divine feminine are struggling in the 3D world right now. And I primarily think it's because of interference and outside influences with that negative energy. So if you come across that negative energy, the only suggestion that I can give to you is to love unconditionally, right? Some people aren't awakened and have not ascended in, with their spirituality, and they're all stuck in their ego. And sometimes their ego becomes ours, believe it or not. So you have to get to a point where you meditate and you just give that unconditional love and you push that energy out. Because I really don't believe that this negative energy that both of you have been feeling in the last 24 hours is your energy. I believe it's the energy, the negative energy of other people that don't support the sacred bond. So just be very, very, very careful. And I always say, be careful of who you listen to, because not everybody is genuine, you know? So, yeah. Okay, clarification. So this is very important as well. Um, the clarification, all the answers to your questions come when the time is meant to come. And, this is a journey of like doubt and confusion many of the time, much of the time. But the clarification will come to you when it's meant to come. And the answers will come when they're meant to come. As I said, I see signs and syncs every day. And these signs and syncs are messages that I need to deliver to you. And those are your confirmations of the journey. But when when you have the doubt, those signs and those syncs will come to you. And if they do, without ask, then this is truly your journey. So the clarification will come when it's meant to come. Okay, went over that. Rebirth, like I said, there's transformation, there's rebirth, there's absolute rebirth going on in this connection. The full moon is end of a cycle, beginning of a new cycle, exactly what rebirth is. And if this is truly your journey, you will evolve and move forward. Also to understand that this is a journey of oneself and getting to the higher sense of yourself. And once you get to that higher sense of yourself, everything just flows naturally into place. And that's what your focus needs to be. You need to remove yourself from the prison, break free, and let go of the ego. And once you do, everything will evolve. Because you don't come into physical unity not to be in physical unity. You come together to open each other up, wake each other's soul up, heal those wounds, and do the work. And the ultimate outcome is to be back into that physical union. But you have to get to that place. You need to understand that. A lot of people, that's why I'm here. I'm here to help. I'm here to guide. A lot of people, comment, send me emails, and, it's, I don't know, like some of you just, you're just not getting it. You're not letting your ego die, and you're not getting to a place of unconditional love. Unconditional love is giving love with no condition. And once you get to the state of unconditional love, you automatically get to the fifth dimension. And the fifth dimension is where you can speak telepathically to one another. But you have to be in that state of unconditional love. And once you evolve in the journey, you absolutely know what I'm speaking about. Absolutely love it. You both are doing the work. Um, Another thing is about the full moon at 12/12/12/12. Crazy, crazy, crazy. It's in Gemini, and Gemini are communicators. So another very, very important thing I want to mention: communication is coming for many, and if it's not, it just means you're further behind in the journey. And what I say always, always, always is take what resonates and pack away what doesn't. And if you had feedback for me personally, I always say this too: send me an email. Please don't put on the channel that it doesn't resonate. As I said, just pack it away. Don't disrupt the energy of the channel, please. It's a very good vibe channel. And I say this well, not all the time, but a lot of the time. You know, you know, pray for the souls of the trolls, because their souls are truly troubled. And if we all give that unconditional love to those troubled souls, then they will get to a place where they can get to unconditional love as well. So many things going on here today. Yes, one very important thing. You're very telepathically connected. You're very closely connected in the 5D. You can speak telepathically to one another, but there has been a little bit of negative energy, some anger, some frustration. So just be careful what you mirror back and forth to each other, and always get to a state of unconditional love. Because when you mirror back that negative energy, that anger and that frustration, you can't get to that unconditional love, and you will be blocked in the fifth dimension, in the telepathic communication. So just be very, very careful. These particular DMs, they're working very, very hard to build a foundation for their DFs. They believe that you deserve everything. You've worked hard all of your life, and you've been so giving, and they want to give back to you. Absolutely love it. There's going to be abundance and flourishment in this particular collective group. You are going to have the utmost abundance, and your journey is going to be flourished. This is absolutely happening, and I'm so happy for all of you. Let me go through. Let me see here. Oh, yes. Most importantly, both the DM and the DF have a deep knowing of what this is. You both know that this is a twin soul journey, a sacred journey, an ultimate blessing from the divine. You both know. You trust your you trust your inner guide. You trust your intuition. You both absolutely know what this is. I love it. I love it so much. Let me see what else I have here. Oh yes, absolutely. Very, very important. As I've been saying, long-term commitment. This particular DM wants you to be his wife, and DF, you absolutely want this DM to be your husband. This is happening. I've seen some traction on my channel. Some of you are getting engaged. I love it. I love it so much. This energy is so great. And there has been a strong release of energy. So, like I said, there has been anger and frustration, and you're letting go of that anger and that frustration, and that ego is dying. And I think that's why my heart is like racing, because we have the chakra system, and the heart chakra is in the center of our body, and when the heart chakra opens up, it's the most profound event in your life. And when that chakra opens up, that's when you get to a state of unconditional love. And when you get to that state and you open up that chakra, it raises the elevation of the world. And I feel for some reason, many of you, your hearts are wide open today. And good job. Like you're raising that elevation, and that's probably why my heart is racing, because I can feel all your positive energy. So great. I love it so much. Couple of more things here. Just let me go through this. Sorry. Oh, another thing. Very, very important. So when you both embarked on this journey, you both had a deep knowing that this was something more than what it was. And when you were intimate, if you were intimate, again, what resonates resonates, what doesn't. And I say this a lot. That love, that intimacy was undescribable in words. It was raw, vulnerable, pure, zero inhibitions. But what I will say is many of you looked at each other, and the eyes are the gateway to the soul. And when you were intimate, you had that you looked into each other's soul, and you felt each other's soul. And just remember that the eyes are always a gateway to the soul. Um, let's see if I have anything else. Oh, and again, I probably said this once already, but you have deep unconditional love for one another. And you're mirroring that love. Like I can feel it. Like I feel like my heart is going to explode out of my chest right now. I just do. And I'm so proud of every single one of you on this journey. You're doing so well, both of you. And you are getting to your higher sense of yourself, and you're raising that level of your consciousness, and you're raising the elevation of the world. And doing this helps the frequency of the world. It makes our world a much better place to live in. It increases the love, and diminishes the hate. And what you're doing is absolute profound. And this is an absolute blessing. And you have been selected on the most ultimate journey to help raise this frequency. So that's all I have for you today, folks. This is absolutely amazing. This is an amazing day, amazing love. I can feel it all over the world. And I'm absolutely, absolutely so proud that you are raising that elevation. And I wish nothing but blessings for you. And, I'll keep you in my prayers moving forward. Have a great day, folks.